Hi, my name is Mark Holder, and for this final or this Sports Illustrated project, I'm going to be demonstrating 5 of the modules we learned about in physics and sports. And I actually went into a gym and demonstrated these tasks myself, and I also had the help of Jerry Kinzer, who's also in this class, so I want to thank him for that. And the first module I'm going to talk about is friction and air resistance. And then I got 4 other ones. The next one's velocity and displacement, projectile motion, rotational motion, and then a few Newton's laws. So let's get into friction and air resistance. So I'm right there in the black. And as you can see, friction is coming into play because when I made my move, my foot stuck into the ground and I had traction on my shoe, which interacted with the floor, which was friction, and then I was able to move laterally, and then once I moved laterally, I had a straight path to the basket for an easy layup. And then a way air resistance came into play is because even though I'm indoors, there still is tiny air molecules in the air that the ball has to pass through to get to the basket. Air resistance can be harmful if you're outside because it could be windy and it could blow the ball off its path and you could miss the shot, which you don't want to happen. So there's friction and air resistance. Now let's get into velocity and displacement. Velocity and displacement. Okay, velocity is a measure of distance traveled in a given period of time with direction, and displacement is how far you are away from the starting point. So I'm gonna let the video play. So velocity is taking place in this video because I have a straight direction, which I'm moving straight. I'm traveling distance, and it's within a period of time, which is about 3 seconds it took me. And displacement is coming into play in this video because my starting point was about top of the key, the 3-point line, and I finished underneath the basket. So in high school, it's about 25 feet away from the 3-point line is from the basket. So there's velocity and displacement. Now let's get into projectile motion. Okay, so projectile motion. In this clip, you're going to see me demonstrate projectile motion by shooting just a normal jump shot from the 3-point line. So let's get to the video. So as you can see, I demonstrate projectile motion by when I go to launch the ball, the momentum actually starts off in my feet and then it carries through the shot to my wrist, where I was able to flick my wrist, release the momentum, and then the ball carried it then. And then at the peak of my shot, which is a downwards parabola, the vertical component of velocity is at 0. So there's projectile motion. Now let's get into rotational motion. Okay, so rotational motion and balance. I'm actually using the same video I used for projectile motion to demonstrate this, which is just a 3-point jump shot. The rotational motion and balance are actually very important in basketball, so let's get right into the video. So balance is a very key component in basketball because you want to be on balance when you shoot your shot because it increases the likelihood of you going in, or not you going in, but the ball going in. And rotational motion is very important in basketball because when you shoot a jump shot and flick your wrist, there's rotational motion on the basketball, which is also increasing the likelihood for it to go in because it gives it a more smooth path to the hoop. There's rotational motion and balance. Now let's get into the first and third of Newton's laws. Okay, so let's get into Newton's first and third laws. So for this, the way I'm going to be demonstrating this is I'm actually going to block Jared because it's weak sauce. Get that stuff out of there, Jared. But yeah, so let's get straight to the video. So Newton's first and third laws are in effect here because for his first law, an object will remain at rest or stay in motion unless acted upon by another object. So say the ball is the object, for instance. Okay, that's remaining in motion until I blocked it, which is I'm the external object blocking it, send it on a different path. So the third law is for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So the action is me swinging my arm in a fast motion, and the reaction is the ball, my hand coming in contact with the ball and sending the ball flying in a different direction. So I think that wraps up my final and my Sports Illustrated video. So thank you guys for watching, and yep.